Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use Git and GitHub so you can keep track of your projects and how you can use to store your progress on GitHub. Git is also important for you to upload all the project and deploy to services like Netlify or GitHub Pages or uh, DigitalOcean app platform. So I'm going to show you how you can quickly do it. So whenever you first start programming, you need to install Git in your computer. So search for Git SCM and you're going to go to this website Git SCM, and you need to download the latest version for Windows. If you are on a Mac or Linux, you will find the versions for your computer, your operating system. Just download and install it. So now let's get back to our VS Code. Over here, when you install VS Code and you go to terminal, over here you can see that my terminal is on bash. So usually whenever we have it installed on Windows, we will have the bash looking like this. This is like the Windows terminal, and we prefer using bash because bash is very powerful command line system for Linux that we also use on uh, Windows. So when you install Git SCM, it will install all the Git dependency along with the bash terminal that you can use. So I'm using bash over here. So now the only reason I'm telling you this is if you are already on Linux or Mac, you will already have bash installed by default. But for us here using in Windows, we won't have bash, so that's why we need to install Git SCM. So now if I type in Git, it's going to show up all the commands that we need, and it means that we have a Git installed. So but if you don't have a git install, if you type in Git, it's going to show up that Git command not found. So do check out how to install Git and install it for yourself. So enough of Git. So let's talk about setting up a project. So I already have a sample project with my index HTML script and style CSS, and it's already running on port 5550. So you can see this is like a basic project. So in order to track the changes in Git, you have to initialize a repository. So instead of doing the command line initialization, I'm just click on a button and initialize my repository. So let's do it. So these things are untracked, these files are untracked. So Git is like a local version control system which is going to install on your computer in your project directory, and it's going to track all the changes that you are making. So far these files are U, or that means untracked. So let's just track them by making a new commit called initial commit. So it could be anything. Let's just make it as initial commit, and in order to commit these changes, just click on you can click on this to commit, or I like to do is control enter. So all the commits have been changed, and now these are going to be keep tracked of. So now if I come here and keep on working on the projects, let's say I add an HC over here, say cartoon network, and the change has been updated to my file, and you can see that there's a M next to my index HTML, and it's called modified. Git is making a diff of the files. Git is making a comparison, and if I click on the Git icon and click on the file, it's going to show me the changes that I have made. So before there was no line, and now this line has been added. So Git is keeping track of it internally from your computer. So now if I want to add the changes to this to my existing branch. So let's make a commit message, and the commit message could be like added new h3, something that makes sense and to help you remember that what kind of change that you have done. So I'm going to commit the changes. So I already have a commit. So now what happens that if I want to upload my changes to GitHub, GitHub comes in handy. Like GitHub is like a web hosting solution for your code that you can put and keep on syncing. So let's do it. So you have to go and go to GitHub and sign up for a free account. My account is set up as Tomal Web, and every time, whenever the first time you make a commit to GitHub and try to publish your changes, it will prompt you to log into GitHub and to save the username and detail uh, in your VS Code. So let's just click here and click on publish branch. It's going to say what you are going to name the branch. I'm going to name it the same as my folder name. You can change it. You can give it anything that is supported and available in your project, in your account. So do you want to publish it as a private repository or a public repository? I'm going to make it public. Select on public, and now it's going to publish my changes and uploading. So let's just open GitHub, and it's going to show me my repository, and just a click of a button, I just uploaded my changes to GitHub, and now you can just copy this link and send it to a friend, and they can check out your code, and you can see that all these changes that I have done on my computer. So then the next thing that I can do is to undo my changes using GitHub. So coming back to my project, this time I'm going to add a new image. Okay, so over here I'm going to add another h3, and this time let's say this sucks. Okay, uh, on the style CSS I'm going to okay okay, I have my changes over here. On the style CSS I'm going to um, change the background to something darker. Okay, on the script.js, I'm going to make an alert, hello world. Okay, all these changes that I have done. So usually what happens in whenever you want to try something out, and you have done a lot of coding and done a lot of changes, and what you can see that I have made some bad choices over here and bad coding over here, but I want to undo all these changes. So instead of changing them, like deleting this code and changing the style and changing the script tag, instead of doing that, you can hit undo by uh, by going to Git, and instead of committing all these changes, I don't want to commit because I have messed it up. I'm going to click on discard all changes. Let's just click on discard. Okay, discard all 3 files, and now I'm back to my previously saved Git update. So that's the cool thing to do with Git. You should definitely check out how you can do it. So the usually what we do is we make all the changes to our project and make it look good and working, and then we make a commit that yes, this is version 1.0 or something, and then after that we can start on working on another version, another different project, and another feature or utility. Then once we realize that hey, this is not something that we wanted to do, and we have already updated like 7 other files, we have made changes to 7 or 10 other files. So I don't even remember what kind of changes I did I can't manually undo them all. So why not just discard all these changes that Git has already tracked? So that's a good way to undo your changes. So finally, I'm going to tell you one more thing with GitHub. In GitHub, I can create a branch. So over here, I'm going to create a branch. Let's say this branch is called feature X. Okay, let's say it's called feature X. So now I'm on a different branch, different, independent from the master branch, and this time I'm going to add a new image to my file. So I'm going to bring another file from another folder, and over here I'm going to put it over here. So now going back to over here in my index HTML, I'm going to link that image. The image is called Mordecai. It's a cartoon character from Cartoon Network. So let's go to style CSS. I'm going to make another change. So since I'm doing a YouTube tutorial, I don't have much time to do a lot of changes, but imagine that I have made a lot of changes and this is a completely different version of that website, and now this version is totally independent from master. So if I need to commit the changes, let's just added new image of Mordecai. Okay, hit the changes. Now if I change my branch from feature X to master, you can see that I'm back to that branch that I was working before even adding the Mordecai image. And I can also jump back to that feature which is completely different from what I was working on. So usually what we do is we make a branch of that master, and then we add new features, we add new pages and new things, and then once we are happy about all the changes, then we can just merge them together. That yes, it's all working, let's just merge them together for the project. So okay, let's say I have worked on the feature X and I'm happy with it. All the tests are passing and it looks good. So you have to go to master, and now I don't know how to merge them using using the interface. So I have to do using I only know how to merge them using command line. So let's just clear it so you can see. So from here I'm going to type in git merge, and since I'm on master branch, it could be main, it could be master, whatever its name, I'm going to see feature X. Okay, so what you have to type in git merge and the branch name that you want to merge. What I'm doing here is I'm merging master and feature and mash them together to have a unified thing. So let's enter and updated, and you can see that in index HTML one line has been changed, style CSS one added, one removed, and 3 files changes, image has been added, like all those goody things. If you have a very large project, there will be more changes. So now I have my master over here, and the master branch is like the main branch. So the main branch is now having all those changes that I have merged. So finally, I need to sync the changes. You can click on here, sync changes, or you can also click on here by clicking here. You can do all the sync changes to GitHub that's already hosted. So now your local version and the online version is going to be reflect the same changes and stuff. Let's say, okay, over here it says added new image of Mordecai, initial comment, added new image of Mordecai 3 minutes ago, 11 minutes ago. And over here I don't have any other branches. Do we have another branches? No, we don't have another branches because I didn't publish that branch. If I publish this branch, it's going to show up over here. So it depends on if you want to upload that branch or not, if you want to keep track of it or not. So I hope that was helpful for you, and if you found this helpful and if you learned something new, please do give it a thumbs up, and I would really appreciate what you have to say in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video.